Hello and welcome to this wonderful video podcast in brief format, but this is designed to give our viewers on our Northwest Counties YouTube channel a look at what we are looking to do in the future on a regular basis. So, in a nutshell, hello, I'm Gary Langley. I am director, media bod, and 5 other things. And with me this evening for our quick look at the Premier Division fixtures is my colleague, Mr. Martin Fallon to my left. Hello, Martin.
Hello, Gary. You okay?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. You're another one who is a director, and you've got about 9 other titles.
Results coordinator, website designer, whatever. Safeguarding something, maybe.
Yeah, I think we've got safeguarding under there somewhere. I think I'm Division 1 North, you're Division 1 South.
Are we? Oh, all right, okay.
Well, you keep claiming that you're Prem. But
hello,
anyway.
Hello to Division 1 South clubs. I'm your safeguarding officer, apparently.
Anyway, right. So the whole purpose of this video podcast is 1, to see if it works. And 2, to have a quick look at the fixtures for Saturday, the 27th of November for the Premier Division. So what we want you to do is to play your part as well. So somewhere in this top... Sorry, my fancy mic's getting in the way. Somewhere in the top part of the screen there is a subscribe button. So you can hit that for us. That will help as we look to build this into one of the main media outlets for the Northwest Counties League.
Yep.
And it might well do that very quick.
And there's a bell somewhere or other. Down there, maybe. So, and bells basically give you an alert when we post new content on the YouTube channel. Which will probably be happening quite quick, because also there will be an announcement early next week on our new league media officer as well.
Yes. It's in my list of 500 things to do here. But yes, discussions have been had, so watch this space. Okay, Martin,
my Butterkiss toffee popcorn with me.
That beats my homemade coffee hands down.
Very nice.
You swine. You didn't tell me you're bringing munchies.
You know what? I've not had these for years, and I see them in Asda, and I was like, oh, I'm getting them. I'm sure
These
they sell them in
podcasts are available for sponsorship as well, folks.
I'm sure they do sell them in other supermarkets, but
the supermarkets are available. Have you seen the mini bags?
Mini bags of them?
Mini bags of Butterkiss, yeah. They're designed for packed lunch boxes, but you need about 3. Great concept, poor delivery.
I'll stick with my 170 gram bag.
That's also healthy, to be fair.
I need to stop eating because I keep crunching.
All right, well, should we start yapping then instead? Should we have a look at the fixtures? Do you want to start top to bottom or bottom to top?
Top to bottom.
Skelmersdale United.
No rewind.
Saying that.
There's a Friday game.
No.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. We're putting this live Friday.
Well, there's a game tonight.
You're joking?
It's Friday. You said it's Friday.
Yeah, hold on. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. There is a game on Friday night because I'm thinking of going to it.
Yeah.
Depends on storms, cold, wet, availability of a burger van, that sort of thing.
They do sell food there. It's at Bootle FC. And it is Lidl and Remica against Lower Breck. A bit of a Merseyside derby, Gary.
Well, yeah, it is. It's a Merseyside come Sefton come L postcode derby.
No, it's still Merseyside. Still Merseyside.
Yeah, it is. And it's a Bootle, which there's a square 20 feet of it, which is in Liverpool, so we'll go with it. So yeah, it's a Merseyside derby.
I didn't say a Liverpool derby. I said a Merseyside derby.
All right, give you that one.
Bootle's in Merseyside, isn't it? It's not in Lancashire.
It's in Sefton.
Which is in Merseyside. Anyway, geographics.
Yeah, stop splitting hairs. Anyway, be a good game, that.
Yes, it will. Certainly will.
So what's your thoughts on that one then, Mark? For me, I reckon Rem, you've got to struggle this season, but they've done everything they can to give themselves a chance to get out of it, but they'll have to start putting some results in sooner or later.
Yeah, so they've won 3 out of the last 20, so it's not great. But They're doing all right lately. I think all them 3 wins have come in the last 9 games or something like that. So, they're doing all right. And I think they've scored in the last 7, each of the last 7. So earlier on in the season, they couldn't find the net, whereas, they're finding the net now. And obviously, if you don't find the net, you're not going to win, are you?
Great comment. Lower Breck. Lower Breck have been blowing hot and cold all season. They seem to, let me rephrase that, but they hit really good patches of form and then they sort of drift off a little bit.
They do, yeah. They like win 3 games and then they lose 3 games and then they win 3, lose 3, etc. But I think they're in the middle of one of them winning streaks at the minute. They've won the last 2 games heavily, like I think it was 5-1 and 4-0. So, yeah.
Either way, it'd be a cracking game. So,
yeah, and they know where the net is as well. They've scored over 50 goals this season, Lower Breck, from a variety of different players. So, I can only see Lower Breck winning that, to be honest. But depends what Lower Breck turn up, really. The one that wins games or not.
Okay, should we now move forward to Saturday in Skem?
Yes, Saturday in Skem.
2 cracking non-league names going head to head.
How do we get to Skem? I thought we were doing top to bottom. You must be doing bottom to bottom.
Top, aren't they?
Oh, I do top to bottom of the fixtures. Right. Sorry. Yeah. I see what you're doing.
It's all going to go well until I have to look about who's third and down. Then I'm actually going to have to look at the league table, but we'll go with it for now.
Yeah. So, Skem, yeah, they're doing really well, to be honest. Top of the league, flying at the minute. They've won 4 out of the last 6 games, and I think one of them draws was against Macclesfield at home, so that's decent result anyway. But
a good manager in place as well. But can he do it, Martin? Can you see them? Can you see it taking it down to the last couple of weeks?
Why not? They're not top by fluke, are they? They're top on merit. They've lost 1 out the last 12 or something like that.
Fair dues.
So yeah. And I think that was in the bars against Holker, which was a bit of a surprise. So, apart from that, in the league, I don't even know let me have a quick look when the last league game they lost was September, the end of September. So, yeah, you can't argue with the form, really, can you?
Vauxhall have surprised you this season by not being up there or thereabouts. I thought they were going to do something early season and then they've just not fired all season for me. They're thereabouts, but I think they're just missing I don't know. I think they're maybe missing a striker for me, but they're just missing something.
Yeah, they've surprised me, and they're on a terrible run of form. I mean, they drew 2-2 in the last game. I think they scored in stoppage time. They came from 2-0 down to equalise against Squire's Gate in the week. But they'd lost the 5 previous games before that on a terrible run, and shipping a few goals in them games as well. To be fair to them, which is quite un-Vauxhall like the last few years. They've done really well the last couple of years. So,
exactly, yeah. It's one of those. They're one of those clubs I think everyone expected to really be challenging and pushing. But they're just a bit of a stutter at the moment. So we'll see.
Which happens, doesn't it?
Exactly.
If you're not, I mean, they went unbeaten for a year away from home or something daft like that, didn't they? If you're going to put on runs like that, they're going to end at some point. It's just how you get through it. But they'll be all right. Vauxhall. I don't think they're skirting with relegation or nothing like that. They're nowhere near challenging for the top. So it's just about the next season now for Vauxhall, really, and trying to get it right back in the Premier. Which is an important thing. You've got to remember, they only got promoted. This is their first season back in the Premier, really, isn't it?
Yeah, true. Yeah, after a bit of a faff. Right, Macclesfield.
Macclesfield. Who's winning that for you? Skem for me, to be honest.
I'm going for. Yeah, I'm going to have to back Paul on this. I'm going to go for Skem, but just.
Yeah.
I don't think I can't see Vauxhall going for it just yet. I say they're just a player too short for me, so we'll go with it.
Yeah, I think they'll take great heart from that last minute equaliser and come back in the week. So yeah, it'll be a close game, but I fancy Skem.
Okay, right, Macclesfield, they're away at Northwich Vicks.
Big game.
Well, it is. It's two big footballing towns, and do we call them two big football names, Martin? After your misconstrued comments in midweek? No, we'll just go. It's a big game.
It's just a big game, yes. But like it's just like you said, those traditional Cheshire footballing towns. When going back,
it's massive in it. I mean, for the fans of those two clubs, irrespective of what's happened, they're going to be right up for it, aren't they? It's going to be a massive occasion.
Well, if you think back in the day, you'd had like Runcorn, Macclesfield, Altrincham, Northwich. They were like the big four towns in Cheshire type thing, all playing in the conference, all playing each other type thing. And,
hey, don't forget about Runcorn.
I said Runcorn.
Oh, right, okay. I missed that one.
Runcorn, Altrincham, Northwich, Macclesfield, they were the big four towns, really.
Not like you to miss Runcorn off.
One's like, Stalybridge and Hyde, they sort of came later on. So for the longest time, when everyone played each other, it was big. And I think even though, teams have folded and Phoenix teams have come and all that type of stuff, the rivalry is still there from a supporter's viewpoint when teams from them towns play each other, really.
Irrespective of any potential politics behind the names, it's still a massive game. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Interesting to see the attendance more than anything for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be massive, but these two clubs are used to playing in front of big clubs, big occasions, big games. So, great one that for the neutral.
Yeah. So Macclesfield are 10 games unbeaten at the minute. A good number of draws in that. But
you could argue that they've been finding the feet, but they found the feet the right way by drawing games rather than losing them.
Yeah, exactly. If you're not going to win, then don't lose, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. They're getting there.
Really. So
Northwich Vic surprised you in any way?
Probably, yeah. I mean, the seventh at the minute in the table, and I to be honest, didn't expect them to be that high this season. Just, based on the last couple of years, really. But yeah, they're doing all right. It's just they need to kick on, really. They need to put a decent challenge together. And
I'd agree with you on that one, yeah.
Whether it comes this season or not, I don't know. Like maybe a bit late.
It's almost like you've settled into where they are. They've realised where they are in the pyramid, and they've consolidated. Now they've got the foundation there. They just need to spark, and move up. Don't they need to get back up?
So the 12 points behind Macclesfield in second, which is obviously a playoff place this year. So is that insurmountable? 12 points? Maybe not. Depends. They just have to go on a run, won't they? We'll go on a run together. 10 points actually, not 12. I was looking at lower Breck, but yeah.
Okay, so have a look at third. So Charnock, Richard, Martin against.
I'm going to opt for a draw on that. If I'm going to say anything.
I'm going to go for a draw. Otherwise, I'll just end up with all sorts of tweets and Instagram stuff. I don't look at Instagram, by the way, so don't give me rubbish on Instagram. It just, doesn't work. I went on there the other day and there was about 30 or 40 messages. I'm like, ooh.
I've got on my personal Instagram, I've got 2 pictures from, I think.
Of your food?
No, the FA Cup. I think it's from about 7 years ago. I'm too old for Instagram, I think.
Yeah. And for me, TikTok is...
Oh, TikTok's funny. TikTok's really funny. It is. Trust me. But you just scroll past all the dances and stuff like that. But some of the video content on there is just funny. It is.
All right, let's get to your game, Martin.
So that was Charnock, as you said. On to the next game, which was what?
What? The next game is Charnock. Do you want to touch on that, Martin? Or is it moving swiftly on?
It's a home banker, pretty much, isn't it? To be honest, on paper.
The Runcorn Town Secretary.
Yeah, but it is. Charnock, they've won the last 3 games. They've got the leading scorer in the league in Jordan Dar, which I think he's got 27 in 27 this season, which is
doing all right.
Yeah, in fact, he can't. It's 27 goals. We can't have played 27 games, can he? I don't think anyone's played that many yet.
No, we've not got any cups in at the moment, have we?
No. But yeah, the flying. They've won the last few games. What 4-0, 5-1, 4-0 again, or something like that.
You got a bit pale there over the last few seconds, Martin.
The scoring goals, and at home they've only lost twice all season. So, and then flip side, Runcorn Town, which second from bottom in the league, struggling big style. Yeah, the only thing I would say is that no one's expecting Runcorn Town to do anything, so see what happens.
Well, survive would be a good start.
No, I meant in this game.
Just putting that out there.
I meant in this game.
In the game.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about the season. And still applies.
Yeah.
No, I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, it's just.
But you might just need to get past this weekend.
Just need a win, to be perfectly honest. I think won 1 out of the last 16 games, which is unheard of for Runcorn Town.
You've got Richie Phelps now as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's some signing that, by the way. I remember Richie at their Edge years ago. Absolutely superb.
Yeah, he sat it out last time. Just suspension, Gary. We'll see if we can edit that out. I don't know yet. All right, we can't edit out. We don't know how to do edits. But anyway, he's come in and he's done quite well in the last few games. So yeah,
cool.
New management team, so they're just finding the feet and new players bedding in. But hopefully it'll be all right.
Okay, do you want to look at fourth place Wythenshawe Town? They're travelling to Padiham, as our good friend Rob Mackay once called them.
Well, to me, Wythenshawe have been the story of the season, really. They came up to the Premier Division, didn't they, on the points per game for last season, and I, for one, certainly didn't expect them to do this well. I don't know about yourself.
There's a buzz about them. You tried telling Wythenshawe Town that we didn't expect them to be that high up. There's just something in amongst that group that there's a belief.
It's momentum, Gary.
Yeah, exactly. I think they've done all right. They've played some good football as well. They've packed some goals. They're doing all right.
Oh, yeah, they've done brilliantly. I mean, goals-wise, I don't think anyone scored more than them this season in the whole of the Premier Division. They scored 60 goals in all competitions, which is, considering we're only in November, that's really good going.
Yeah, agreed.
To be honest. But it's the manner of the wins for me. The basic, they're not winning 1-0, 2-0 type thing. They're winning like 5-1, 4-0, etc. Really. So yeah, they're doing phenomenally well, I think.
I like Padiham. I've seen them once or twice this season. They play good football. They're just not in the league position that sort of matches the way they play. So
Padiham, they came to Runcorn Town the other week, and I mean, when you look down the team sheet, you think, why are they third from bottom in the table? It's crazy to me. Joel Brownell, who's been there at Ashton Athletic and stuff, he's scored goals over the years, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Who else was it? From Barnoldswick, what's his name? Zach Dale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was there.
Is he still there now? Is he?
Oh, I don't know. He was. Joel Melia, who he won Player of the Year the other year. They've got some really great players, great established Northwest Counties players, and it's really a surprise when I look down the team sheet to see the names that they had and where they were. They've kicked on the last few weeks. They've put on a little bit of a run together, haven't they? They're unbeaten in 4 games, which has pulled them away from the bottom and probably eased the pressure a little bit. So they'll shut up, phone. So they'll be buzzing going into this game anyway.
They do. Okay.
They'll be well up for it.
For me, away win. Sorry.
No, is it at Padiham?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think Wythenshawe Town win, to be honest. Oh, I might go for a draw actually for this.
Nice. Okay.
But yeah, no, I might go. Yeah. See, Padiham's problem this season is the home form. They played 11 games at home. They've only won once, which that's probably why they're down there.
It used to be a fortress, that place as well. It used to be an awful place to go to. The fans would be in your ear. The wind would be blowing against you. The players would be giving it large.
Yeah.
It's quite a nice place to go now. They've got a nice little bar on the go. They've got community events going. It's got nice.
full time. They have a band on and stuff. It's good.
They need to get a big 30-foot square banner with a skull and crossbones on or something to get that edge back.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, right, let's look next in the table. Burscough.
Good
season. Yeah, they're away at Barnoldswick of all places. Just mention them.
Speaking of fortresses, Barnoldswick to me was always a really tough place to go. A really, that was a fortress when you went to Silent Night Stadium, really. And they've only won 3 out of 11 games at home this season, which, that's probably where they are. They're down in 9th place in the table, and I think that'll be why, because their home form, it's across the board this year, isn't it? It must be. I've not looked at
traveling.
I've not looked at home wins versus away wins in the league, but it must be.
We'll have to get Kev Lawton onto that, won't we? The league stats and see what he's got.
Yeah, away wins must be up there. But yeah, Barnoldswick, I think, Andy Clarkson stepped down as manager, which was a bit of a surprise to me. A week or 2 ago, and James Bond's back there now, isn't he, as manager? Mr. Craig.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. And it's Jake or Jack Blades. Anyway, he was one of his playing partners from 4 or 5 years ago when you were playing there. Yeah. So they'll be open for a good start, but it's a tough start for them because Burscough aren't going to be any sort of away pushovers. They're flying, so
they are. They're better at home than they are away, Burscough. But one thing they've got going for them is goals. They scored a lot of goals this year, and at the start of the season, they wasn't really. There was a couple of where I think 4 games where they didn't score, but they've scored in each of the last 19 games. So that'll give you confidence going into each match if you know you're going to get a goal going in. So it's an interesting one that for me.
Going to go for a draw? You're going to keep on that fence, or you're going to go for it?
I don't know, because Burscough, I think the last 7 away games they've won 5, and like we said, Barnoldswick not cutting up trees at home, but I'm going to go for Barnoldswick win on this one. Just new manager syndrome.
I'm going to go for Burscough by the odd goal in 3. I think it'll be a good game, but. I think it'll be interesting. I think for me it'll be interesting to have a look at say Barlick in a few weeks and see what's going on there. They're not that far off the pace. It's just I think by their own expectations they were looking to push.
Zach Dale's gone back to Barnoldswick as well. So
has he? Fair play.
Yeah. Just having a look there. 4 goals this season for Zach. That shows he's not doing great, isn't it? But if he's back at Barnoldswick and getting played, then he's very much a confidence player, isn't he? So if he can get a goal, you might see him on the scoring charts a little bit more.
Fair play. Okay, next up in the table is Avro, and they're also away. They're away at Longridge Town, and Longridge aren't on the best of runs at the moment. But I don't know. Longridge were great before all the COVID stuff were going on. They just seem to have lost the way and lost a few players. Well, Avro flying.
And lost a few games. They've lost the last 5 in all competitions, which is, since they've come into the league, I don't think they've lost 5 on the trot. So
I think if they're going back for quite a while for Longridge, even before they joined the counties, a run like that was pretty much unheard of.
Yeah, it was, yeah. But like we were talking about before, it's home form again. They've had 13 games at home. They've only won 3, which is crazy.
Again, it's a lovely welcome there as well. Nice ground to go to on a nice day.
Yeah. Who was going to say? Paul Turner's gone back there, hasn't he? He was at 1874 Northwich. So
I heard a whisper, yeah.
I think that's a big boost for him. If he can get playing again and get scoring again, because he was knocking in all the goals last season and season before. That got COVID hit seasons. So yeah, if he can get scoring again, then there's no reason why they can't move up the table, really.
Okay. What's your prediction?
Avro. It's not going to be 0-0. That's my prediction.
Fair dues.
You know when Avro's last 0-0 was?
Go on.
No, you need to guess. You need to guess.
Okay, I'm going to go for 2007.
2007? What? That's
Play
the most...
safe.
Yeah, obviously.
You weren't giving me any breadcrumbs, so what am I supposed to do?
No, but it's like,
Okay, is it within the last 5 years?
Yeah, 2018.
Okay. There you go. I was going to say that.
February 2018, so 138 games ago. So that's a bit. It's not
Nice.
going to be 0-0. Longridge, Avro. I think Avro. Just by the odd goal.
1-1 for me. Okay, next in the table, it's Winsford United, and they're away. They're away at Earlam. Seems to be a top half, bottom half, home and away split here. So anyway, Winsford at Earlam. 2 clubs for me who should be further up the table.
Well, Winsford, I mean, it's 11 versus 12 this game, but Winsford are flying. They're on, I think they were unbeaten in 8 games at the minute. So, they're on a really good run. Earlam on the opposite, they've lost the last, They've lost the last 4, 6.
But they're not doing well in the form table.
Yeah, the last 6, they've lost the last 6, and they've not scored in the last 4. So, you're looking over 400 minutes since you last scored a goal.
Yeah, Earlam are bottom of the form table, so the 21st in the form table as things stand.
Yeah.
And Winsford are 4th. So, yeah, they're doing all right.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So, Winsford win for me, just on confidence. But having said that, they've just lost Joe Duckworth, haven't they? The leading goal scorer. He's gone to is it FC United. He's gone to.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
He's gone up that way. So I can't remember if it was there or Cares, and it was one of the two.
Yeah,
it is FC. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a weird one because Earlam, they're another team where you go decent home record, tough place to get a result, but on the back of losing the last 6, you'd have to edge towards Winsford for this one.
Another 1-1 draw for me.
Okay.
Right, next up, Prestwich.
Prescot, yeah.
They're away again. They're away at Congleton.
Yeah.
Interesting one, this. I think you and I have said over the years on the unofficial podcast, is that Congleton should always be there or thereabouts. And we as sort of fans / neutral observers of the league are always disappointed when they're not. You just expect more from them. But the club on the whole that's been in transition the last couple of years. I think they merged with Congleton Vale down there as well. So they've had a lot going on, but you still think they should be top 6 as standard.
Yeah, you would. Especially the size of the club. Even if they're doing okay, they'll get 250 people watching, type things. So, but to be fair to them, they did the start of this season. They were doing great, wasn't they? They were up there with Macclesfield, sort of top 2 or 3. Well, but the wheels have come off big style. To be honest, they've won 1 out the last 10 games within 90 minutes.
We're going to blame Port Vale for that.
Don't know. It's just a weird thing, really. I think basically the problem is they're not scoring goals. They've only scored 9 in the last 8 games. So if you're not scoring, you're not winning, are you?
You've got the firepower. It's just not coming off at the moment. But
and again, it's home form. They've only won 3 out of 10 at home, which this game's at Congleton. So you perhaps look towards Prestwich winning this one. I know they're lower down in the league table, but they're doing okay at the minute. They've won 3 out the last 6. So
the well-organised team, I believe, Prestwich. I've not seen them yet this season. Obviously, I just see the reviews and the things after the weekend that we all have a look at. But apparently, they're well-organised. But
yeah,
I'm inclined to agree. This could be an away win, which again just surprised me again.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, right. Next up would be AFC Liverpool, but they are not on my Saturday list. Are they playing Sunday?
I don't know. There might be the odd team out because the what do you call it? There's an odd team in the league, isn't there?
There you go. That'll be their bye weekend. Saw AFC last weekend, by the way. They were really, really good. They played against Morpeth in the Vars. Good side. Surprised they're so low down in the table, but maybe the Vars runs hindered that a wee bit.
Yeah, looking at the fixtures, we've done Litherland. Ashton Athletic, Squires Gate. We've not done that one.
No, we've not done that one. Let's have a look at that one. Squires Gate. Ashton Athletic had a really bad start as well, didn't they? They weren't too great at the outset. And Squires Gate sort of started well in different competitions, but seemed to have dropped off.
Yeah, they lost the first 6. Ashton Athletic. They were bottom of the league and out the cup before they knew it, type thing. But, yeah.
Interesting game, but
it's got draw written all over it for me.
I know Mill one of that, yeah.
They're both on 23 points in the league. There's nothing to separate them. They both drew 3 out the last 6 games, and they both drew the last game 2-2. So it's just got draw written all over it.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. So we can have a look and see how they come off.
Yeah.
I think we've gone through them all, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. That was quite quick.
It's good, that's that.
Barnoldswick, Charnock, Congleton, Earlam, Longridge, Northwich, Padiham, Skem. Yeah.
Right, so we're only doing the Premier Division this week because we want to see if this works. We don't want to record a 3-hour epic and then stick it up and then it doesn't work. So
have you got the fixtures up for the other divisions? Does anything stand out for you?
Let's have a look at Division 1 North. Right, so it's in alphabetical order on the league website.
While you have a read, I'll go through them. AFC Blackpool, AFC Darwin, Atherton LR against Garstang, Bacup Borough Pilkington, Holker Old Boys Ashton Town, Ilkley Town against Daisy Hill, South Liverpool Campion, St Helens Town Goldcar United, and Steeton versus Nelson. So Bury not playing? Are they playing Sunday? Yeah,
I think they're playing on the Sabbath, aren't they?
Yeah, Bury versus Cleaton Moor is on Sunday.
Cleaton Moor, yeah, on Sunday.
That's 2:00 kickoff in case anyone's going. And the reason for that's because Bury are at home again in the FA Trophy.
Radcliffe, you mean?
Yeah, Radcliffe are at home in the FA Trophy. I think it must be something like 6 rounds on the trot they've been drawn at home. It's crazy.
Sounds a law, isn't it? And you're saying that they'd probably be just as miffed if they were away every game.
But Bury are third at the minute, aren't they? You've got Golka top, which you've got to expect them to beat St Helens. Top versus bottom, really, isn't it? So
yeah.
Bit that.
St Helens have put in a couple of good performances of late, but they're still not winning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you can be as good as you like, but unless you're starting to rack the points up, you're always going to be in a bit of bother.
Yeah, and third, Holker Old Boys, and you've got to say no one saw that coming at the start of the season, really, did they? No one outside.
They've done a lot of work at the clubhouse as well, so they're doing all right off the pitch, and they seem to be matching it on it.
Yeah,
had me.
So
cool. Okay, Division 1 South.
Yeah, South is what Abbey Hay, Cheadle Heath Nomads, Alsager Town versus St Martin's, Broxton versus West Didsbury and Chorlton, Cheadle Town versus Abbey Hulton United, Eccleshaw Rangers versus Barnton, Main Road versus Eccleshaw.
Ellesmere Rangers.
What did I say?
Eccleshaw Rangers.
Eccleshaw Rangers, a weird combination of 2 teams. Yeah.
Don't give them any ideas, not in this day and age.
Yeah, Main Road versus Eccleshaw. Roster versus Camelot 1907.
Is it Roster or Roaster, Martin?
I say Roster.
I say Roaster.
Yeah, you say potato. I'll say potato.
I say chips.
Chip. Anyway, Stockport Town versus Stafford Town, Wythenshawe Amateurs versus Sandbach United, and that's your lot.
Hold on. Have you not remembered FC Earlam versus Newman? Oh no, that's
your lot.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. Now, in those games there, you've got to look at West Didsbury, haven't you, at the moment? It's the West Didsbury of old, flying on the park, lots of trendy stuff going on the outside of the ground.
Yeah.
Dogs are plenty. Quinoa.
Someone said their crowds are huge, aren't they? They got 700 last week at home to someone.
Yeah.
And someone was saying it's basically your Didsbury massive, which is just go down for the social occasion, a few drinks, the football's immaterial. Really, it's just the social
nice side effect, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
but it's a good example of what can happen if you get your facilities right in the grounds and you manage them right. You make it appealing.
Yeah.
People will come.
So
I suppose it helps. It's in the nice leafy suburbs, but you've still got to make it happen, haven't you? And they've certainly done that.
Yeah. So
they were ploughing Brewdog before they even knew it existed.
I know, yeah. So yeah, West are flying. Abbey dropped some points this week.
I fancy them over East anyone at the moment.
Yeah. But yeah, the top 4 or 5 in that division are really, they're there, and everyone else is sort of underneath at the minute. So it's going to be really interesting.
That's what we'd expect in a normal league season, isn't it? You normally have 5 or 6 round about Halloween and Christmas that start breaking away.
It's going to be really interesting, sort of moving into the playoffs. As we get towards the end of the season, that I think. So it'll be good. Just on St. Martin's as well. They're appointed a new manager, haven't they? This week.
Yeah, found that out on Twitter.
Yeah.
So had a quick look at that.
So they're bottom of the league. They haven't won all season. So, potentially they might see them start to climb the league in the next few weeks. They're a long way adrift at the minute, but
I know there's a couple of relegation spots though, isn't there? I think we've highlighted a couple of relegation spots, but can you really see a couple from each division dropping?
No. There's going to be loads of reprieves. There's 3 relegation spots basically because that's how many available promotion spots there is from Step 7. But as we know, a lot of teams from Step 7, well, they're not called Step 7 anymore, are they? What are they?
Regional feeder leagues.
Yeah. So, from them, there's a lot of teams don't apply and stuff like that. So, you're potentially looking 1, maybe 2 from each Step 6 division.
I'm inclined to agree with you on that one. Yeah, but, maybe 1.5. Yeah.
So basically, you've got to ensure that your points per game is better than other divisions. You're not just playing against teams in your own division, like First Division North or South. You're playing against teams from other leagues. So you need to get your points per games up, really.
I think this is what we've said for the last 4 or 5 years, isn't it? Particularly in public podcasts and whatever.
Yeah.
Is that you've got to go for it, even if you think you've got nothing to play for. You've got to keep that average up because you never know if you need it in the back pocket.
Yeah, exactly. And looking at what St. Helens Town and St. Martin, both of them yet to win a league game this season. So it's just a matter of, look, lads, we're going to finish bottom, but we need to finish as high as possible number of points to finish bottom, because you might get reprieved then instead of getting relegated. So yeah,
we'll see what it brings. And hopefully, Martin, only 1 down from the Prem. I think you'd quite like that at the moment, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean,
Runcorn Town second bottom.
Yeah, well, it's similar in the Premier Division. There's a number of teams from higher up the pyramid who've folded or dropped out, or there's spaces available. So there is going to be reprieves across Step 5 as well. So it's just where it lands, really.
That's probably one of the most asked questions I get. So when I go to a game, so what's the crack over these playoffs and promotion and relegation? Yeah. And it's fluid, isn't it? It's subject to interpretation. I think we'll have a better idea towards the end of the season.
Give me another league, Gary.
The Combined Counties League.
Oh, that's the one AFC Wimbledon were in, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think Bedford and Feltham are in there these days.
Oh, are they? Is that the one near Heathrow?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's one where you get the money shot of the planes in the background.
Yeah, I enjoyed my day out there, to be perfectly honest.
Nice little clubhouse as well. Nice little club.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm looking at. Combined Counties Football League. Premier.
There's all sorts of combined counties.
Yeah, Premier Division. So, bottom of the league is Hollyport on 5 points. Second bottom is Hounslow United with 11. So
is that CBD Hounslow United?
It is, yes. CB Hounslow United. So they're on 11 points. So if you look at like Runcorn Town, for example, 17. Yes, they're there on there, but when you do your points per game and compare it to other leagues, we're slightly higher. So
yeah.
It's like I said, every point counts, even if it's not in our league. It's going to count on your points per game ratio when it comes to the end of the season.
It's going to be a big number crunch in it.
Yeah.
And it'll be speculation after speculation. And then there'll be the usual, it's all wrong. We should be doing it this way. We should be doing it that way. There's no one down and no one.
No, but, at least everybody knows from the end of the season, doesn't it?
Exactly. And it's been a good season so far as well. When you consider the fears that we all had about will we get into halfway the season? Will we get through a full season? Are we doing cups and stuff?
Well, do you know what?
I think we'll get a good season out of it.
It's amazing. There must have been 3 games this season, because I do the results, I know, across the league. There must have been about 3 games this season that have been postponed because of the weather. In all 3 divisions. It's unheard of.
And we're nearly in December.
Yeah. There was one where I think 2 games got called off. It was Tuesday night, which had torrential rain. And there was lucky there was not more that day. But to get to December with that few games postponed is unheard of. Touch wood, we're not going to have a really bad winter and lose loads of games. But we're in a good position as a league, anyway.
Yeah. I think we're getting numbers in, aren't we? We're getting the games played.
Yeah.
We're getting played at a good ratio. So there might be a little bit of wiggle room at the end of the season. So we'll see where we're at.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. There may be space midweeks, that are usually filled with league games where we can get the cup competitions ran. Maybe
the Martin Fallon Cup, creating a whole new cup.
I think it's called the Macron Cup, Gary.
Begins with them, doesn't it? Still catchy.
I won't go that far. Marmite Cup, that'll be good.
The what?
The Marmite Cup.
The Martin.
That begins with them.
Yeah, true. Some people love it. Some people might not.
Yeah, exactly. It works.
What about the R White Cup? That sounds refreshing.
Do you know what is refreshing? R White's ice creams.
You mean the ice lollies?
Ice lollies.
Lolly ices depends on your diet.
Yeah, ice lollies. Yeah, R White's ice lollies. Really
lolly ices in L4.
No, that's ice lollies. Well, it's ice lollies.
No, I'll Google that. Okay.
But yeah, R White's anyway. Try them.
If I can get into the supermarket, I'll give that a bash.
Yeah.
Fair play. Martin, I think we're done, aren't we?
Yes, I believe so. Where are you going tomorrow?
Friday tomorrow, innit? I might go.
Well, this is coming out on a Friday, Gary. Remember?
When am I going? Tomorrow.
Yes.
I shall be going to South Liverpool versus Campion.
Sweet.
So it should be interesting.
I'll be making a rare appearance at Runcorn Town. So
you're always welcome at South Liverpool, if you want to nip over for a brew.
No, I'm usually with the development team this season, just while we're getting it established and stuff, you see. So
fair dues.
We've got no game because the other team are in a cup.
Yeah.
No.
Cups. I like the idea of that. Competitions.
So yeah, we've got no game. So I'm going to be at the first team game, which is a good one to go to because I always like going to Charnock. Really nice people and really nice pies.
Yeah.
Pie and peas at Charnock's lovely.
Not the worst place to get to either. It's just straight up the motorway, innit? It's happy days.
Yeah, it's whether you risk it and come off at the services and jump through, or whether you don't. The police zap you. I don't do it. Obviously. I don't do it. Obviously, no. I go round.
Heaven forbid. Anyway, on that happy note.
Yeah. Anyway, I've got Butterkiss to eat, so I'm gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna order myself I think I'll get Evel Knievel round with a McDonald's or something. Right, Martin, thank you very much for your input this evening.
Do you know what?
Folks, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's about there, I think. I stand to be corrected. And hit Martin's bell. Can you see it?
No.
Anyway, it's there somewhere. So hit the subscribe because if this works and it goes down well, we are looking to evolve it quite quick. And it is something that will probably catch on. Other leagues are doing it, so it's there to be done. But unless you hit that subscribe button, we'll go back to good old-fashioned me and Martin on an unofficial podcast talking about albums from the 80s.
I need a better backdrop. It's very white. I feel
you could have put a shirt and tie on as well.
I feel a bit heavenly.
Yeah. You need to zazz the wall up a bit, get a graffiti artist in, or get some Christmas deckies on it.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Or a big Northwest Counties League flag.
Yeah, we'll get one on order.
Cheers.
Might get one off Santa.
On that note, game over. Thanks for watching, folks.
Bye.